What's up, everybody? It's Darv Santos with another honest review on the Golden Vendor. This week we're going to go ahead and cover furniture, gear sets, and monster sets that we can find within the two Golden Vendors. Right now we're actually located in Cold Harbor in the Hollow City. This week's theme is ship themes. For those that were able to buy their ship homes, this is a perfect furniture set to start filling out that home. There's a lot of great low ticket items here that you can go ahead and buy. Whether you own a ship home or you're just looking to flip, these are very good pickups, right? We have this Pacific Harbor winch tread wheel, which is selling for $7,000. I seen this in the guild store for $20,000. So there's a lot of way for you to go ahead and flip these items and make some real gold. These platforms, I think, are actually a really good bargain. They're selling for $3,000. So I'm gonna go ahead and purchase a couple of these. I can see these going for $15,000, perhaps 10K to $15,000. And we also have this Eleanor boat unfinished, which is awesome. I'm gonna get me two of these. And yeah, these are perfect items for you to start flipping and start making some gold. So I wouldn't miss these out. Go ahead and go to the Golden Vendor, pick some of these if you do have the money to invest, because you can go ahead and get some serious return on your investment from selling this in any guild trader. Now moving on to the next Golden Vendor, we are in Cyrodiil, right? If you don't know how to get here, all you have to do is click start menu button, go to campaigns, and join any Cyrodiil campaign. And now if you are in the Ebonheart Pact, you can actually find it on the South Mormon Wayshire, right? And if you are from the Altmer Dominion, you can find it on the Western Elsewhere Gate. And for those that are in the Daggerfall Pact, you can actually find it on the Northern High Rock Gate. So that's where you can find a Golden Vendor. And let's see what we have going on this week. So starting off with the first item, we have the Bloodthorn Ring. So the Bloodthorn Ring is actually an item that you can get in Glenumbra. It's a very farmable item. I don't think it's actually worth picking up. Yeah, you do get a couple of weapon boost, maximum magicka and magicka recovery. But to be honest with you, the 5 item bonus, it's not really worth it. And the reason why is because all you do is just you restore a little bit of magicka and stamina. So you can actually just do this by, doing your heavy attacks. You can regain that magicka, you can regain that stamina. And this just happens every 5 seconds. So I don't think this gear set is worth spending 125,000 gold or 225,000 alliance points. So my advice is definitely save your resources for something better in the future. To be honest with you, I'm a little bit upset and a little bit disappointed of what we got going on this week, because there's not a lot of really great items. Because moving on to the next item that we have here on the list, we have the Overwhelming Ring. Now with the Overwhelming Ring, it's a little bit of a different story. With this specific ring, as for boost, you get maximum magicka, you get additional weapon and spell damage, by wearing 4 items equipped, and by having 5 items equipped, you get a unique proc effect that deals shock damage and restores magicka when you activate a class ability. Now you can obtain this set in the Tempest Island dungeon, which requires no DLC. This item is ideal for magicka users who want to maximize their damage while maintaining their resources, making it perfect for classes like sorcerers or templars who use a lot of their class abilities. Now, due to the fact that you can actually get this item by farming in a dungeon, that it's in the base game, I don't think it's actually worth you spending your resources on it, especially that we're talking about this item costs 200,000 gold, and there's better sets than this in the game. So it's really up to you on how you want to spend your resources, but I would definitely pass on the Overwhelming Ring. Now, the third item that we're actually looking at is a Prisoner's Ring from the Prisoner's Rack set. The set bonuses includes increased magicka recovery, reduces the cost of sprint, and increases sprint speed. This can be incredibly useful for any build that requires high mobility and resources management. So you can actually find this set in the Imperial City Prison, which requires the Imperial City DLC. But given the fact that the Imperial City DLC is usually a free DLC, I don't think it's actually worth spending your resources on this specific item, because then again, all you do is you basically get a sprint minus 50%, and you restore magicka, which I don't see any build actually taking advantage of this. I think it's just a waste of resources, to be honest with you. This would work for somebody that's trying to have better mobility, somebody that's looking to, increase mobility, somebody that's running very fast out of Magicka. So more likely useful for classes like Nightblades or Sorcerers. But again, I don't see you taking any advantage of this or benefiting from this. There's better sets in the game besides this. So save your resources on this. This gear set is just trash, and I don't even know why they even have it here in the Golden Vendor in the first place. And finally, let's talk about the Sunflame Ring from the Sunflame set. Now, this item provides bonuses such as increased spell damage, increased flame damage, and additional spell critical. Now, this set can actually be farmed in City of Ash 1, which is part of the base game. It does not require no DLC. And it's a popular choice for DPS players focused on fire-based abilities. This ring is definitely worth your gold if you're looking to boost your damage output, especially if you're running out of Magicka DPS build centered around fire damages, making it a great fit for classes like Dragon Knights or Templars who use flame abilities. Now, should you cop or drop, I don't think it's actually worth getting because, as I mentioned, this is very farmable. City of Ash 1 is a very short dungeon and it's very easy. So I think you're better off just farming it. Unless you don't want to spend your time, then, go ahead and spend your resources. Now, let's talk about the monster sets, because for the monster sets, we actually have 2 monster sets that you can only acquire via DLC. So let's talk about more of what's going on here. So the first monster set, we have the Euphotic Gatekeeper Shoulders. Now, for this specific shoulder, you get stamina recovery, and when you roll dodge, it creates a Halotted Dusk. After you roll within 5 meters of the Halotted Dusk, it will absorb any direct damage that goes against you, and after 1 second, it explodes, dealing 6,875 poison damage. Now, is it worth it? To be honest with you, it is a DLC dungeon monster set, but me personally, I wouldn't spend any of my resources on this, because first and most of all, this is more for like of a PvP, and for PvP sets, you have better options than this. I mean, this only occurs every 20 seconds, so you can only use it once every 20 seconds. This is just super nerfed down, and I don't think it's worth it. All right, there's definitely better sets with better bonuses than this. So me personally, I wouldn't spend none of my resources on this, and I don't recommend for you to do so neither. And lastly, we have the Stone Husk Shoulders. The bonuses from this set includes an increase to weapon damage, and when you deal damage with a heavy attack, you tether to the enemy for a short duration. While tethering, you gain a stacking bonus to weapon and physical penetration. This set is obtained actually through the Greymoor DLC. So this is probably one that I would suggest. It is probably worth getting. This set is perfect for stamina DPS builds, especially Nightblades or Wardens, who can make the most out of the increased weapon and damage and physical penetration. So if you don't have this specific DLC, I do suggest you pick it up, right? I think this is actually probably one of the items that's worth it out of everything that we have in here. And, if this is something that you're looking into, this is more for of a PvP set. And I would suggest you cop it, especially for the price, 100k. Now, you can use your undaunted keys, but of course, you're going to be gambling there. And so if you don't want to gamble with your undaunted keys, I suggest you go ahead and cop this. This is probably by far one of the only items, me personally, I would look into. But besides that, I think every other item that we have in the Golden Vendor this week is trashed. So there you have it. These are the items on the Golden Vendor this week. Remember, the value of these items can vary based on your playstyle and needs, so choose wisely. If you think that, my opinion is different from yours, let me know in the comment if you're using any of these sets, and let me know how you probably use these sets, right? What sort of game style do you have with these sets? I want to know, your opinion. I want to know your point of view. But from my point of view and my honest review, I don't think none of these items are worth copying, just perhaps the Stone Husk Shoulders, and because just with having one of these items gives you critical damage. But then again, the Slime Claw does give you critical damage as well as does the Stone Husk. But if you're going to be wearing 2 pieces, I recommend for you to cop this. It gives you a nice, excellent bonus. That's it for today's review of the Golden Vendor items. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to give a thumbs up and subscribe for more ESO content. Also, leave a comment below on which items you're most excited about this week. Thanks for watching, and see you in Tamriel.